All right, so welcome back to Coffee Cafe, right? We did our trial balance and we made sure that all of our numbers came out nice and neat, right? They both match each other on both sides. So now that we completed our unadjusted trial balance, we can now start doing our adjustments, okay? So begin to close the accounting period by starting off with our adjustments. So the first adjustment that we have here is going to be our coffee mugs. We're going to convert our coffee mugs for our periodic inventory. So at the end of the day, after all the sales that we made, we end up having an ending balance of 106 cups remaining. Okay? 106 coffee cups remaining. So how am I going to calculate my periodic inventory? Okay, so let's take a look at our worksheet. Okay. How do I calculate my periodic inventory?
You'll start by adding all like the quantities together and the purchase and freight.
Excellent, right? We're going to go ahead and tally up our totals. So in this case, how many coffee mugs did I make a purchase of?
440.
440. Okay. And how much was my total purchase price?
I got 1092.20.
1092.20 is correct. Plus how much freight? Right? Oops.
500.
We have a total of $500 worth of freight. Okay. And that's all we need because in this case, oh wait, and the total cost too. So your total cost is going to be 1592.20. Okay, and that's all we need. We don't need our cost per item because what kind of costing method are we going to be calculating for our ceramic coffee mugs? What costing method are we going to be using?
Weighted average.
Moving weighting average, average cost, whatever it is, whatever you want to refer it to. It means the same thing. They're all going to be average. Now, in this case, right, this is not what we have in grand total because we made some returns along the way. So let's go ahead and tally up what our returns are. And I'm going to highlight this so you can know that this is a calculation. So in this case, what's my total amount of refunds? How many cups did I refund?
9.
You returned 9 at a grand total cost of 22.24. Okay. So in this case, right, let's go ahead and plug in our numbers, right? What it was our original purchase? We purchased a total of 440 units at a total purchase price of $10.92.20. Okay. We end up returning 9. Actually, we don't need the minus sign there. We end up returning 9. Okay, items which gave us back a refund of $22.24. So in this case, what is my adjusted subtotal now? How much do I actually have left now? Okay, at what total cost?
1069.96.
1069.96. Good. So hold on. So this is a little inconsistent. Let me make these all dollars. Okay. All right. So plus some freight. Freight adds nothing to quantity, but we need to add our $500 worth of freight. All right. So what's my grand total? I should have 431 coffee mugs at a grand total of 1569.96. Okay. In this case, right, since we seen this scenario, right, we don't have any beginning inventory, right? So therefore, if I were to bring down my net purchases, right, what's my total goods available, right? It's going to be whatever your net purchases is, okay? So that means in grand total, this is how many units I have to sell, and this is how much it's going to cost me in grand total. So from here, right, because we have moving average, I need to now solve for my average cost per item. So in this case, what is my total average cost per item? If I sold 1 cup, how much is it going to cost me? What's my average cost per item?
I got $3.64.
$3.64, which is rounded. So in this case, if I extend it out, it's 3.64260 or not 599. Okay, so that's my unrounded number. So that means every time I sell, if I round it up, in this case, if I round it up to 64, I'm okay there. Okay, I'll just lose out on, every 100 that I sell, I would lose out a quarter. Or so every 400 that I sell, I lose $1,000. All right, so in this case, right, my ending balance tells me that I have a total of 106 cups left in inventory. So then how many items did I actually sell?
$3.25.
325. Okay, so in this case, straightforward. I need to know how much it's going to cost me to sell 325 cups at $3.642599. So, what is my total cost of goods sold going to be? Say that again. 1183 and 84 cents is your grand total that you sold. Okay, so then what's going to be my ending balance? What's my ending balance? How much do I have left over?
$386.12.
$386.12. Good. Right? So that is your ending balance. So now I have all the information I need, right? So how do I journalize my periodic inventory conversion? How do I journalize my periodic inventory conversion. The cost of goods? Cost of goods of what? Use your chart of accounts. Cost of goods sold what?
Of the ceramic mugs.
Now in this case, do I have cost of goods sold ceramic? Yes, cost of goods sold ceramic coffee mugs. Okay, account number 5150. Okay, good. That's definitely something that we're going to put on there. All right, account number 5150. What else do we need to include? What kind of inventory? So what kind of account is it? If it's inventory, right? What account would that be? The ceramic coffee mugs, right? So 1250. Good. What else are you going to recognize? You recognize freight, okay? Anything else?
Accounts payable, because
Not accounts payable. You're not making a payment.
The purchase expense.
Yes, we're going to have to convert out our purchase expense. Okay. Anything else? Oh, sorry. Purchase expense. Okay.
The returns.
We have to recognize the returns as well. Let me figure out what the purchase expense is 61, returns is 61,500, and freight is 6,300.
Check.
No checking here. Okay. So let's fill in our numbers, okay? Let's start with the ending balance. What's my ending balance in my ceramic coffee mugs?
$386.12.
Okay. What was the total cost of my goods sold? What was that? Not this. Not no. The cost of goods sold.
The 1183.84.
Good. My purchase returns and allowances. What was the total amount of that? $22.24. Okay. What was my total purchases? Okay. And freight, $500. Let's double check to make sure that no typos and that we don't have a missing account. So I have a total of $15.92.20 on the left with $15.92.20 on the right. So good. We did our conversion entry correct. Anything else you want to add to the description?
That we still have 106 in inventory.
Okay, you can do that. Right? So you could say conversion entry. You have 106 mugs remaining. Okay. You could say you sold a total of 400. How many did you sell? 431. No, you sold 325. Okay. What's next? Now that you posted to the journal, what's next?
Our ledger.
We need to update our ledger so then our adjustments can be corrected, right? So in this case, cost of goods sold for the ceramic coffee mugs. Right? You could say this is an adjustment entry, right? And that you sold a total of 325 mugs. Okay. We are on journal number 21, I think.
22.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're on 22. Okay. And it was for the total amount of 1183.84. Oops, I skipped the inventory. So in this case, cost of goods sold, ceramic coffee mugs. You sold a total of 325 mugs at 1183.84. Okay, so I'm gonna go backtrack and go back to my inventory here. So go to your assets under inventory for the ceramic coffee mugs. So here it is, ceramic coffee mugs, 630. You could say this is an adjustment entry. And you can say that you have 106 mugs left. or you can say ending balance, whatever one makes it more sense to you. Okay. How much was your total account balance for your ending ceramic coffee mugs? $386.12. And it's a debit. $386.12. Okay. Then we got to deal with our purchase returns and allowances. So you're going to go to your expenses. So here we are, purchase returns and allowance. Okay. We are doing our conversion entry. Which tells us we're going to debit our account for $22.24. So in this case, what should be my account balance?
984.
What?
984.
Not 984. If I have 22.24 right now and I'm debiting my account by 22.24,
0.
you should have 0. Okay. All right. And then let's see, we got a purchase expense. Okay, so purchase expense, it's the 30th. I'm going to write here conversion entry. Okay. Right, where we're going to credit our account for $10.92.20. So what should be my ending balance?
0.
It should be 0. Okay. Last account we have to modify is our freight expense. We are going to... I keep hitting the wrong one. We are going to... Right, conversion entry. Right, and we're going to credit our freight expense by $500. So what should be your account balance? 0. All right. So there, we finished our periodic inventory conversion entry. So anything, does this have to deal with any vendor? No. Right? This is an internal one, right? We're adjusting our internal inventory. It has nothing to do with our vendors. So in this case, we're done here. Okay? And your inventory worksheet, since we already did our regular coffee and our supreme coffee, right? Those are already in our books the way they are. We just did our adjustment to the inventory worksheet. So therefore, we don't need our inventory worksheet anymore. We can close this out. Okay? We're done with inventory. Okay? So let's see what happened next. Okay? Now we need to adjust the cost of goods sold. Okay. We need to now adjust our cost of materials, which is the cost of materials that we sold. So in this case, for my medium and my large coffee cups, right? If you did this in your ledger, right? That's the reason why if you wanted to keep up your tally up your totals of how many cups that you sold, if you go to your sales section, right? Since we made a list of all the coffee cups that we sold, right? You can easily equal sum this and figure out what that number is. But I already did the calculation for you. Okay? So in this case, you sold a total of sold a total of $5,297. Sorry, 5,297 cups. I sold that many medium cups. For the large cups, I sold 4,331 cups. And for the sugar, I used up 120 pounds of coffee. And for the creamer, I used 22 cases. So here's the cost per item for them, okay? So it's pretty simple. This cost per item is basically we tallied up all the cups and basically took the average cost. So how much would it cost me for one cup? It would cost you 5.42 cents, while the large cups cost you 8.12 cents. And then your coffee creamer, right, per case was $16.33, right? No sales tax for that, so you don't need to have tax for that. And then you have your sugar at $36 a pound. So in this case, I've already calculated for you the grand total here. So all you have to do is just update your accounts the way they are, because I already calculated for you. So in this case, the total amount of cost for the medium cups was $286.70. The cost for the large cups was $351.63. And then the cost for the sugar was $43.20. And then the cost for the creamer was a total of $159.26. Okay? So, how do I journalize this? So, are we going to be debiting that, or are we going to subtract, or are we going to be crediting that? Hmm? Am I adding to my coffee cups, or am I subtracting from my coffee cups? If I'm subtracting it, why would I be debiting my assets? If I debit, right, when I made a purchase of my coffee cups, right, I debited my account. I'm adding to it. So in this case, I would be crediting my medium coffee cups, crediting my large coffee cups, and so on and so forth. So how would I represent that I used my coffee cups, that I got rid of it, I sold it?
Sales.
You didn't technically put a price point on it. You don't your company doesn't sell medium coffee cups by themselves. It's not a product you sell at the store. What account can I use to represent that I used these items, or right, it was part of selling the coffee.
The actual inventory, medium cups and large cups.
Well, we already established that that is something that we're going to credit out of because we're not going to add to it. We're adjusting that account, so that is going to be something that we are going to record, right? That we're going to take it away from here. But how are you going to represent that you're going to use it or get rid of it?
Cost of goods sold and inventory.
It's not cost of goods sold. Cost.
Distributor.
What was that? You said cost of?
Materials.
Cost of materials. Good. COM for short. Right? If you take a look at your cost of materials, what is underneath the cost of materials? Right? You actually have one for medium coffee cups, you have one for large cups, you have one for the sugar, and you have it for the creamer. So this is what it costs you to get rid of these materials, right? Because you end up using them, or you end up putting it as part of the cost of what you sold. So in this case, cost of materials, this is what it costs you. So 51,200, 51,250, 5,300, and 350. So COM medium coffee cups. Okay, COM large coffee cups. You got your COM sugar. And you got your COM creamer. Might as well just do all of them at once. Okay. 51,200, 51,250, 51,300, and 51,350. Okay. So how much? And then of course, when we do this, we're gonna adjust our business supplies itself because we need to make sure that we got rid of the item. So in this case, you're going to take it out directly from the medium coffee cups, large coffee cups, okay, sugar and creamer, okay, which is going to be account number, what's it, 11,700. 11,760. Okay. So in this case, what was the total cost of goods, cost of materials for my medium coffee cups? 286.70. What was the total cost of my large coffee cups? 351.63. What was the total cost of my sugar? And what was the total cost of my creamer? The total cost of my creamer.
359.
Okay. Okay. So 286.70, 351.63, 43.20, and 535.926. Okay. And last but not least, what should I put in my description here?
Also market.
Okay. So, what is next?
Update the
Okay. So we're going to go to cost of goods sold because underneath cost of goods sold is cost of material. So here we are. We have cost of materials for the medium coffee cups. How many cups did I actually sell or used? How many cups did you use or sell?
52.97.
52.97. Which cost you 286.70. Okay. How many cups of the large cups did you sell?
43.
351.
51.
Okay. Sugar. How many pounds did you use?
120.
We used 120 pounds. For $43.20. Okay. Last but not least, we have the cost of materials for the creamer. How many cases of coffee creamer did we use?
22.
We used up 22 cases, okay, which is a 12 pack. Which gives you a total here. So 12 pack, which gives you 359.26. Okay. So now let's go ahead and actually adjust our actual items here. So starting with the medium cups here. So in this case, right, if you take a look at here, the medium cups, I purchased 1,000, then I purchased 2,000, then I purchased 2,000, then I purchased 2,000. So I purchased a total of 7,000 coffee cups. And I sold a total of the 5,297 cups, right? So how much should I have remaining is something that you could put in here as well. Just so then you have an idea for the next time around, right? So you could say you sold 5,297 cups, which leaves you with how many cups remaining? You originally purchased 7,000 cups.
1,703.
Yes, 1,703 cups remaining. Okay. So that should decrease your account by $286.70. So how much should be left in your medium coffee cups account? $92.17. So this is where you're making an adjustment. See, we bought a bunch of supplies for 7,000 supplies, right? We bought 7,000 cups. But in this case, as we went through the month, we end up selling a total of 5,297 cups. In this case, we need to adjust our supplies because in this case, do we still have 7,000 cups? No, we don't. And that's what my book reflects right now. So that's why an adjustment needs to be done in order to reflect the true balance of what you actually really have left either on hand or left in your, whether it's inventory or whether it's supplies and et cetera, okay? So in this case, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making my adjustments and it says right here that I have 1,703 cups left. All right. So in this case, if you roughly kind of estimate it right, you roughly have at least 2,000 left. So that should give you about roughly $100, which is correct, right? You have a little less than 2,000. So here you go. You have a little less than $100 left. All right. So let's go ahead and continue our adjustment here, right? So in this case, same thing here. We purchased 1,000, then 2,000, then 2,000, then 2,000. So we have a total of 7,000 cups that I purchased. And here I end up selling 4,331 cups. So how many cups should I have remaining? 20, 27?
22,
Yep, 26.69, yeah.
28.
28? Okay, you purchased 7,000 cups and you sold 4,331 cups. You should have 2,669 cups left. Okay. this should subtract a total of $351.63. Okay, so what should be your adjusted ending balance? Okay, 216.70. Good. All right, we need to adjust our sugar because we end up using 120 pounds. So in this case, the 30th, right? Used 120 pounds. So let's take a look. We got 60 pounds plus 60 pounds plus 60 pounds. So we have a total of 180 pounds. So we should have 30 pounds less, 60 pounds left. Which we adjusted for $43.20. So what should be my total amount?
$21.60.
$21.60. Okay. And then we have to adjust my creamer. Okay. I used 22 cases, right? Therefore, how many cases should I have left? Let me see. I purchased 3, then bought 15, then bought 15. So a total of 33 cases. And I used 22 cases. So okay, for the 359.26. Wait, no, 359.26. 359.26. So what should be my ending balance? $179.63. Okay, good. Okay. So we adjusted our inventory, we adjusted our materials. So let's see, let's do one more and then we'll call it a day, okay? So here, right, you received your bank statement from Maine Bank of Nevada, okay? Here, you end up having service charges of $50, okay? You end up having overdraft charges of $118.30. And you have an NSF check for $15.17, $15.23, $15.24, and $15.25. Right, so each check is $25. So therefore, you racked up a total of $100 worth of NSF checks. Okay, so let's take a look at the notes here. On June 23rd, okay, you overdrafted the bank by $4,211.85. Okay, and of course, you made the agreement that you're going to be overdraft protection of 22%. Okay, and again, every NSF fee, right, every check that you write over when you don't have enough money, it's going to cost you $25 each for every check that you have non-sufficient funds for. So those are the agreement terms. You need to accept it. So in this case, how am I going to journalize this?
Okay.
What was that?
Okay.
Checking, right? Because when the bank charges you money, right, they don't notify you, they just take it out of your checking account immediately. Good. What else? You had to pay for some service charges, you had some overdraft protection charges, and you also got NSF charges. What would this be? Take a look at your chart of accounts.
This bill.
Bill, it's not a bill because it came out of your checking account immediately.
Account payable.
It's not accounts payable because you didn't owe this money. They took it out of your checking account immediately. You don't owe this money. You don't cut them a check and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know I have to pay all these fees. I'm gonna cut you a check to take it out immediately." No, they already took it out because that's what the bank can do. They just take it out right away.
Not payable.
You don't owe money.
Bank fees?
It would be considered an expense under bank fees because in this case you overdrafted for the month of June. So that's your expense that you have to incur. And this was already taken out of your checking account, so you don't owe the money. In this case, this is going to be considered a bank fee. Okay, right? That's something you had to pay. So in this case, bank fees is accounts number 6100. Bank fees. Right? 6100. Okay? So, how much in grand total of bank fees did you um, end up taking out of your checking account? 100 plus 118, 30 plus 50, $268.30. Say that again?
Yeah, 268.
We have to what? We don't have to pay. They took it out of our checking account already.
I said 100K. So it's 268.
Yeah, we have to pay all of it.
Yeah. No, by mistake.
So let's say I guess a 50 plus 118, 30 plus 100, 268.30. Okay, so what should your description be here?
Bank of Nevada, 1500.
What else? Main Bank of Nevada. What else?
800.
Okay, what else? Right? You could put service charges and NSF fees, NFC fees. Okay. So, what's next?
The ledger.
The ledger, right? You got to update your checking account because here you got a lot of things taken out from your checking account. Okay. So the ledger checking account, right? June 30th. Okay. Which subtracted a total of $268.30. Right? So in this case, how much money should you now have in your checking account?
I got 13,425.38.
Good. Good. All right. And then I have to incur those bank fees. So go to your expenses. You have some bank fees. Okay. You could write all the information you want to 22% interest on overdraft, right? Overdraft protection, right? For NSF checks, okay, and service charges. Okay. For a total of 26830. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so in this case, right, you can update the subsidiary ledger if you'd like because these charges came from your main Bank of Nevada, right? So if I go to my subsidiary ledger and I go to my main Bank of Nevada, you're going to see that you have an agreement here, main bank LN, okay? Main Bank of Nevada, here you go. You have a line of credit of $10,000, right? Which you're going to get 22% charge interest, okay? So it's up to you. You can go ahead and make a note here that on the 30th of June, you end up getting statement charges. So here, you could say you had some service charges of $50 plus $118.30 $18.30 of uh, of 22% interest on over draft, and then you could say you got 4 NSF fees of $25 each. Okay. You didn't really get a statement like billing date. You don't pay for your bank statement, or the bank statement doesn't tell you that you have to pay them money, because it's just going to take it out from your checking account automatically. So general journal number 22, no due dates here, but you are charged a total of $268.30, which again was already taken out from your checking account, so you don't really owe it. You just want to make a note that this is what you got. You got subjected to that 22% interest. Again, is it necessary for you to record this? No, you don't have to, because this doesn't affect, you weren't billed this amount, so that's why you wouldn't necessarily put this in here, but you were essentially charged. All right, you can make a note of it. This could be a note in the financial statement, but in this case, are you obligated to fill this out in the subsidiary ledger? No, you don't have to. Okay. All right, and this is where I'm going to stop here. Okay, so when we come back, we'll go ahead and fill out the rest of the adjustments. So, again, we're going to stop here. Okay, a few announcements before you guys go.